The late afternoon sunlight spilled through the windows of the quiet clinic, casting golden streaks across the sterile white floor. Outside, trees danced softly in the breeze, as though nature itself was trying to cradle the moment in peace. But James knew better. Peace was fragile, especially when the past returned uninvited. He arrived, as he did every day, holding a familiar paper bag filled with Tu Diep's favorite rice cakes. It had become a ritual, a small comfort in a world turned upside down. Her memory, fractured and unpredictable, occasionally flickered with recognition. Sometimes she smiled at him, not as a stranger, but like someone on the edge of remembering. Halfway down the corridor, a nurse intercepted him, her tone quiet. "There's a visitor asking to see Tu Diep," she said. "She claims to be her biological mother." James froze. In the waiting area stood a woman in her late 40s, elegant, though visibly anxious. Her eyes scanned the room before landing on James. And in that glance, he saw it. A familiar jawline, a resemblance in the eyes that stirred something unspoken. "I'm Lan," she said, voice trembling. "I'm her mother." James gripped the paper bag tighter, his heart twisting. After all these years, of silence, of abandonment, why no, she doesn't remember much, James said cautiously. "And her condition is delicate." "I know," Lan replied, eyes brimming. "But I need to see her." "I need to say something." James wanted to say no. He wanted to shield Tu Diep from everything that had once broken her. But something inside him whispered that maybe, just maybe, the only path to healing was through the whole truth. He nodded. "But don't expect her to welcome you." He led Lan to the room, heart pounding. Tu Diep sat by the window in soft beige clothes, her hair loosely tied. She turned as they entered, eyes locking on Lan with a silence that sliced the air. "Tu Diep," James said gently, "this woman, she says she's your mother." Tu Diep stared, lips trembling. "My mother?" Lan stepped forward. "Diep, I don't," Tu Diep said, her voice quiet but firm. Her hands began to shake. "You left me," she whispered. "You left me at that temple and never came back." Lan's face crumpled. "I was young, alone. Your father disappeared. I thought someone else could give you a better life." "I didn't need a better life," Tu Diep cried. "I needed you, just once, to come back." James moved toward her, but she recoiled. "Why now? Why come back now, when I've already learned how to live without you?" Lan dropped to her knees, voice cracking. "Because I regret it every day. I kept a photo of you." "I searched when I could." And when I finally found out you were alive, I hoped I might still have a chance. But it was too late. Tu Diep's face paled, her eyes rolling back before she collapsed. James caught her as alarms blared and nurses stormed in. Lan stood frozen, tears trailing silently as James cradled her daughter, begging her to breathe. Hours passed. Finally, the doctor emerged. She's stable, but the emotional strain has worsened her condition. James sat numb in the hallway. Lan, across from him, whispered, "I never meant to hurt her." "I thought the truth might help." James shook his head. "The truth isn't always what someone needs." "Sometimes it's time. And kindness. Things she never had." "I want to stay," Lan said softly. "If she'll let me." James didn't respond. He stared through the glass where Tu Diep now lay, fragile, pale as parchment. He didn't know if she'd ever forgive Lan, or him, but he knew one thing: he would stay. Because real love doesn't abandon. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It simply stays. The next morning arrived wrapped in an eerie stillness. Even the birds seemed reluctant to sing. Inside, Tu Diep lay motionless, her breath faint beneath the hum of machines. James sat beside her, brushing a strand of hair from her face. He hadn't slept. Couldn't. Not while the woman he loved battled memories too sharp to carry, truths too painful to forget. Lan hadn't returned. When Tu Diep finally stirred, James leaned in. "Deep," he whispered. Her eyes opened slowly, dim, unfocused. "Why are you still here?" she asked. James hesitated. "Because I care about you. Because I love you." She turned away. "I don't remember you." "And now, I remember someone I never wanted to." James sat back, wounded. "You should go," she added. "No," he said firmly. "You don't get to push me away because you're hurting. That's not how love works." "Love didn't save me when I was 5, she said. "Love didn't come for me. Love left me." James stood. "Then let me redefine love for you." She was quiet. Then tears welled in her eyes. "I'm not strong enough," she whispered. "I thought I was. But seeing her, it broke me." "You are strong," James said, kneeling. "You faced her. You didn't run." "She has the same hands as me," Tu Diep murmured. "But they never held me." James gently took her hand. "Mine will. As long as you let them." A quiet knock interrupted them. It was Lan. "I'm sorry," she said from the doorway. "Oh, leave. I brought something." She held a small, worn music box. It used to be hers. Lan placed it on a chair and left without another word. After a long pause, Tu Diep whispered, "Can you bring it here?" James handed it to her. She opened it, and a lullaby drifted out, haunting, familiar. A ghost of a memory she couldn't grasp, but could feel deep in her chest. Tears spilled silently. "I hate her," she said. "But I wanted her to stay." James nodded. "It's okay to feel both." "I don't know who I am anymore. You're too deep," he said. The girl who carried pain and still smiled. Who fainted from the truth but chose to wake up anyway. You're the strongest person I've ever known. She looked at him again. This time, something had softened. "Can you stay a little longer?" James smiled. "Forever, if you let me." And in that quiet room, as the lullaby played and the morning light filtered in, she nodded. It wasn't a happy ending, but it was a beginning.